So we shall start the session, sir. Before which I will briefly introduce you to our participants, followed by which we can begin the webinar, sir.
Sure, ma'am.
Dear all, a very good morning. I'm Vaishnavi, the Incubation Executive from Atal Incubation Center of Coffee Board. Welcome to today's webinar hosted by the Atal Incubation Center, Central Coffee Research Institute, Center for Entrepreneurship Development, a technology business incubator established at the Coffee Board's head office in Bengaluru. This initiative, in collaboration with the Central Coffee Research Institute and Atal Innovation Mission, is dedicated to supporting and nurturing startups in the coffee sector. At AIC-CCRI-CED, we offer a range of facilities and services designed to accelerate the growth of innovative coffee-related ventures. Our resources include state-of-the-art laboratories, mentorship programs, funding opportunities, and access to industry experts. Today's session is part of a market access webinar series, which helps startups navigate market entry and sustainability challenges. Through this series, we also provide valuable insights into upcoming events, exhibitions, and capacity building programs. To deliver this webinar, we have with us today Mr. Himanshu Srivastava, Senior Manager, Southern Region, Primary Market Relationship, National Stock Exchange. Mr. Himanshu is an accomplished business development professional with extensive expertise across the capital markets, banking, and credit rating, payment solution sectors. With a strong foundation in marketing management, negotiation, sales, and customer relationship management, he has consistently driven growth and delivered impactful business outcomes. Mr. Himanshu is known for a strategic approach, deep understanding of financial markets, and ability to build long-lasting client relationships. He holds a postgraduate degree from the University of Pune, further strengthening his expertise in finance and business strategies. We are excited to have him share his insights with us today. I welcome you, sir, on behalf of Atal Incubation Center Coffee Board. Over to you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, ma'am. Can I share my presentation?
Sure, sir, you can, sir.
One second, please. Okay, meanwhile, so good morning all. As Madam mentioned, I'm part of NSE National Stock Exchange, and basically, in nutshell, I mean, as a stock exchange, you would have heard about us, NSE, what NSE does. So we are providing platform to corporates and growing companies for their listing at a stock exchange platform. So now in today's program, we are gonna more focus on how growing corporate companies can access equity market for the growth of their business. Just allow me a moment. I'm just trying to share the presentation. Just give me a second. Ma'am, can you help me out? when I'm trying to share the presentation, it is showing
Entire screen, sir.
I am clicking on share file.
Okay.
So it is showing you can attach new files or choose a file from here.
Sir, no. In the share option, you will have to select the entire screen, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. That option. That option will work well.
One sec. The presentation is visible.
Yes, sir, it is. If you can put it in the presentation mode and let me know by changing the slides, I'll let you know, sir. Yes, sir, it is changing as well, sir.
Right now. So, ma'am, participants, I hope they are having option to unmute and discuss if there is any point they have or.
Yes, sir, they do have the option.
Great. So, hi again. Good morning, all. So, I will request if at during the presentation at any point of time you are having any question, feel free, so that the discussion can be more interactive instead of having a monologue discussion. So, NSC currently, as I mentioned, we are today when you are talking about companies like your CCD or Tata, Wipro, L&T, Infosys. So, as a stock exchange, we are providing platform where these corporates they are having option to get listed. So, what is the benefit they are getting when they are getting listed? So, post listing companies are having option to access equity market. Okay, so instead of approaching, they are buying for raising the debt or putting money from their own pocket. It is like sharing your companies a portion of your shares with the potential investors and raising money through that. Now, when we are talking about, let's say, IPO, which is known as initial public offer of all these large corporate companies, or let's say recently you would have seen a couple of companies who have got listed, let's say Grow and all. So when we are looking at a overall listing criteria, so if I'm looking at a growing companies or SME companies, for them it's very tough to meet the eligibility criteria or the complete the entire process because of the the requirement of a stock exchange or regulatory bodies. So keeping those things in mind, basically the regulatory body, which is SEBI, they wanted to have a separate setup for emerging corporate companies. So that's where way back in 2011, around 2011, they gave us a mandate. And as per their direction, NSC, we came up with a platform which is known as NSC Emerge. So today, NSC Emerge, it's a dedicated separate platform which is there for the or which is catering to the growing companies. So I hope in news or something you would have heard about SME IPO. So at NSC, today we are having two platforms. One is the main board where all these large corporate like your Tata and all they are getting listed or they are listed. So another one is SME platform where emerging corporate companies or small and medium enterprises they are having option to get listed. So this entire presentation we will keep into the three buckets. One will be what is the platform. Second is why this platform is important, and third one is if somebody wants to access this platform, what is the process. So this is a quick background about NSC. NSC, we are in couple of segments we are leading globally. Okay, so coming down to the platform. So this particular platform started in a year 2012, September 2012. It is regulatory, the regulatory body remains same. It is regulated by SEBI, which is the regulatory body for capital market. it's a separate segment in NSE. So as I mentioned, at NSE currently we are having two platforms. One is the exchange main board, which is there for large corporate companies where your Hyundai got listed, where your Go got listed, and this is another one is the NSE Emerge, which is a listing for small and medium enterprises. Now, when you are talking about major intermediaries, so intermediaries, which means your uh, trading members, your merchant bankers, these people remain same as main board. Talking about the numbers, how this platform is doing currently. So as on date, we are on pan India level, we are having 690 companies which are listed with a total fundraising of more than 20,000 crore, and total market capitalization is more than 2,20,000 crore as on date. As I've mentioned, this platform is for small and medium enterprises. So currently, I mean, for somebody who have not heard about or who's not familiar about this concept, at our SME platform, we have even seen companies raising 10 CR through IPO. Does it mean that if the company is having potential, they cannot raise more? Nothing like that. Even we have seen companies raising more than 100 CR through SME platform. And so average issue size, if I'll tell you today, for this 690 companies is close to 29 to 30 CR. And this platform provides it, the platform is being structured in such a way, it is like a baby step towards main board. So once you are listed, a subject of completing 3 years at SME platform, we will give you option to migrate from SME to the main board. So already if you'll see, there are more than 150 companies which were listed at SME, and today they are there at main board. So quickly talking about the Karnataka's performance. So including a recent IPO which happened last week from Karnataka, from Bangalore. So as on date, we are having close to 19 companies which are listed. Companies are there from manufacturing, services, from all the domains. So when we are talking about IPO, what matters is the potential. It doesn't matter you are from which industry. If your company is having a growth potential, certainly you can exercise equity market. Total fundraise is more than 780, around 785 CR, and market cap is more than 4,800 CR. For Bangalore-based companies, if we'll see the average issue size, that is approximate 39 to 40 CR. There is the first company which got listed way back in 2018. They have already migrated from SME to the main board. This is just a basic parameter. So if you'll see last 2 financial years from IPO point of view, that is being really good. The maximum number of companies which are, or today the companies which are listed at our SME platform, more than 50% of that got listed in last 2 financial years. Now the question comes, okay, when we are talking about SME platform, what is SME? Okay, or what is the criteria? How do we filter any organization, or how do we say whether company is coming under SME or not? So when we are looking at SME, we are not looking on the basis of the investment in your plant and machinery or your turnover. Our criteria for listing is very simple. So the SEBI criteria for eligibility is like if there is any company where companies paid up capital. So paid up capital, if there is a company known as Himanshu Private Limited, so there will be something known as authorized capital, paid up capital. So we are talking about the paid up capital on face value. If your company, if you are having any company which is a private limited company, you can check, you can see what is the current paid up capital or authorized capital of your company. So if your company's paid up capital is anything less than 25 CR, okay, then your company will be eligible to get listed at the SME platform. So because even there is no minimum cap, even your paid up capital can be 30 lakhs, 40 lakhs, there is no problem, but it should not exceed 25 CR. Because the time when you are crossing 25 CR, as it's mentioned here, your company can only go to the main board. Now, On top of this particular criteria, NSE is having an additional criteria where we are looking at 3 years operational history. So as a company, you need to have a 3 years track record, or as a firm, let's say if there is a organization which is a partnership. Okay. So we do consider that track record. So as a firm or as a company, you need to have a track record of 3 years, and your net worth has to be positive. Now, on top of this, SEBI recently, 2 to 3 months back, they came up with additional criteria where they are asking companies who are approaching capital market, their EBITDA, okay, EBITDA earning before your interest and depreciation. So EBITDA has to be more than 1 CR. Okay. So if your EBITDA is more than 1 CR, if your paid up is less than 25 CR, and you are having 3 years track record with positive net worth, then in principle your company is coming under SME. There are companies which are listed where turnover was even less than 20 CR. Where we have seen companies even listed from Bangalore itself, where turnover was around 20 CR. So turnover, as I've already mentioned, turnover is not a criteria at all. Now, when we are looking at the regulatory framework, so the companies who are at first step, whether your company is eligible or not, if it is eligible, if it is coming under our SME criteria, then the requirement says the company will have to dilute minimum of 25% stake. So let's say today I'm a company, Himanshu Private Limited. There are two directors, me and a friend of mine. We are holding 100% shares. So the time when I'm deciding to go for IPO, out of this 100%, 25% I will have to dilute. So that 25% will go to the public. So and I can hold maximum of 75%. Now, second criteria comes, you would have heard, okay, ABC company. So you would have heard ABC company, they have filed DRHP with or filed their draft paper with SEBI or exchanges. So this DRHP, which stands for Draft Red Herring Prospectus, this is when we are when any company is going for listing at main board, they will have to submit their draft paper with stock exchange also and with SEBI also, and they will have to take approval from both of them. But at SME platform, the as per SEBI guideline, SEBI is saying that companies don't need to take approval from SEBI. Your DRHP, your draft paper will be submitted to stock exchanges. We will see the time you are getting approval from our side, your company can go ahead for opening the IPO. Now, you may say, okay, when any large corporates are coming for listing, or well, when there is a known brand which is coming for listing, certainly there's a possibility that the company will get a good response. But let's say if there is a company which is into the coffee processing based out of maybe Kul, okay. Now this particular company is well known in their entire ecosystem, but probably an investor who's based out of maybe East, or who's based out of maybe North India, they may not know about the platform or about the company. So how do we ensure that any company which is coming for IPO, their IPO will be successful? So for that, SEBI, they came up with this guideline of 100% underwriting. So there is one of the major intermediary is the merchant banker. So it's a 100% underwriting is a kind of a guarantee provided by your respective merchant banker that if your company is going for IPO, they will ensure that your IPO has to be fully subscribed. So there is no question of your IPO getting failed. So in that, so that as a company will give you a surety that if you are planning to go for IPO, your company's IPO will not get failed. Now, as I have already mentioned, once you are listed after completing 3 years, you are having option to migrate from SME to the main board. Now, one of the major change post-listing is, you would have heard, the main board listed companies, they are supposed to do submission on each and every quarter. But at SME platform, till that day you are not deciding to migrate, you don't have to do a quarterly submission. You will have to do a half-yearly submission. And you don't have to go and publish the results in newspaper. Basically, at your website, there will be an icon known as investor. Under that, you will have to share the results, which is required by stock exchange. So till here, if there is any kind of a doubt, or if you are having any query with regards to what is the SEBI or NSE criteria, or what is the basic parameters, feel free to ask. We will take it up.
Could you please explain about what is paid up capital and what is authorized capital?
Sir, 1 second. Let me just share an example with you. So let's say, sir, randomly, if I will take okay, this is our recently listed company. I hope my screen is visible, right?
Yes.
Okay, so let's say this is a company. When we are going to and searching the, let's say I have used Zoba, otherwise you can see on MCO also, your CS or your CA, they must be knowing. When you are going here, you can see authorized share capital and paid up share capital. So for this company, the paid up is 1,75,180. Okay. So for any company which is private limited, there will be authorized and paid up capital. And this is a face value. Your reserves can be even 10 CR also, but that doesn't matter. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Any other question so far?
Hi, sir. This is Guru from Chennai. So in this 25% dilution that you mentioned, is there any criteria that this much has to be a primary issue and this much has to be a secondary sale of shares?
Yes, sir. So at SME platform, the condition says generally the entire combination, okay, it's up to the company. So if company wants to do a fresh IPO of entirely 25%, they can do that. If they are looking for fresh IPO plus a portion of offer for sale, okay, OFS. So there is a cap of close to 10%. So 10 to 20%. So offer for sale cannot be more than I hope 20% is the criteria. So
The total issue size, sir.
yeah, so out of the total issue size, let's say my total issue size is 20 CR. Okay, so 20 CR, 20%, which means 4 CR. So my offer for sale can be up to 4 CR. Rest 16 CR has to be a fresh IPO.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks. Any other question?
So what is offer for sale?
Okay, so let's say, sir, my company is Himanshu Private Limited. Now, when we are talking about fresh IPO, which means I am diluting 25%, which is going to the public. Okay, so let's assume my company's total valuation is 40 CR, which means 100% share is worth of 40 CR, out of which 25% is 10 CR. So 10 CR, I'm diluting 25%, which is going to the public, for which public is investing 10 CR in my company. So that 10 CR is coming to the company. It is not going to go to any one of the directors. But another thing is, let's say me or my partner, we want some money for any one of our personal purpose. So during the IPO, we are also liquidating a portion of our shareholding. Okay, so that particular portion is known as offer for sale, which means the one of or any one of the promoter, they are also liquidating their shares. So let's say total IPO size is 20 CR, whereas offer for sale, which means let's say Himanshu is liquidating some portion of it. Okay, maybe 20% of my holding. So which means that 16 CR what I'm raising, or 20 CR what I'm raising, out of which 16 CR will go to the public and 4 CR will come to Himanshu. But when you are looking at overall IPO size, that is 20 CR. So let's say any one of the IPO if you will open in in Google. So in the details you can see there will be mentioned, okay, the total issue size, fresh IPO and offer for sale. So whatsoever is offer for sale, which means and one of the director or any one of the, couple of the directors, they are liquidating their portion, and that amount is going to the shareholders who are trying to take a partial or fully exit.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So that
Sir,
money doesn't come to company.
Yeah, thank you.
one more doubt. Sir, this 10 CR paid up capital, this has to be including the IPO funds or prior to the IPO, sir?
No, sir. As of now, we are talking about prior to the IPO. So when you are looking at eligibility criteria, so let's say if your paid up capital on face value is 20 CR.
Okay.
So when you are filing that point of time, we will see okay whether your company, a company ABC company which is filing, whether they are meeting our criteria or not.
Okay.
Post listing, certainly, sir. The time when you will decide, there will be lots of restructuring done by your merchant banker. Let's say your paid up is very less, they will infuse it and all that. So that will happen. But the time draft paper is filed, that particular time we will be checking it.
Okay.
Hi, sorry, I think I got disconnected, so I missed the basics. So minimum paid up capital has to be from 10 CR, is it?
No, ma'am.
Between
No.
10,
So
between,
again, if I'll explain it, see, if your paid up capital on face value is anything up to 10 CR, if it is, let's say, 50 lakhs, if it is 1 CR, okay.
Right.
If it is up to 10 CR, then you can only approach stock exchange for listing at SME platform. If your paid up is between 10 to 25 CR, both options are open for you. You can approach SME also and main board also. But the time when you
Okay.
are crossing 25 CR, you can only go to the main board.
Okay, so it is from 50 lakhs, is it?
Ma'am, no, there is no minimum. Even it can be 10 lakhs also.
10 lakhs also and operational for 3 years.
Yes. So that's a track record. So operational history of 3 years is mandatory.
Okay, thanks.
There are one or two, cases. Let's say if there is a company which was into the processing of coffee, but due to some reasons they have sold that unit. They have started a new unit. The director. So and that new unit is having a track record of 1 year. But as directors, they are having experience in the same line of activity for, let's say, more than 3 years or 4 years. So that does consider, I mean, we do consider those parameters also, but that depends on case to case basis. So if there is no further question, shall we go ahead?
Sir, what is free cash flow to equity? Could you please explain that? Where can we find that?
So this is a simple calculation of FCFE, free cash flow to equity. Okay. So NSE is having one criteria where we are checking at any point of time what is the cash flow status of the company. Your cash flow has to be positive. It should not be negative. Okay. There is no amount given. As far as it is if we are not seeing a minus sign, it is okay. So this is a basic calculation. If you want, you can take a screenshot. Through this, you can easily calculate, put all the figures, this is your company, and you can easily calculate what is the FCA.
At the bottom right side, is it possible for you
One
to
second.
move that? Yeah.
One second.
Because I'm not able to see the total amount. Yeah, thanks.
This is okay.
Yes, sir, it's okay.
Okay. So these are the basic parameters when companies are looking at for IPO in terms of the basic eligibility. Now, moving on. I will not get into too much details because what you can see here, these are the recent changes. So as I've already mentioned, they are asking, SEBI is asking, okay, there has to be a minimum operational profit of 1 CR. In last 3 years, this came some 2 to 3 months back only. OFS, as I have mentioned, now they have capped it to 20%. So basically what happened, as I have already shown you in last 2 years, more than 50% of the companies which are listed so far, they got listed. So when we are looking at overall inflow of, let's say if I'll give you example of Karnataka till 2022, we were having 2 companies listed. And as I have already mentioned, in so far in last 2.5 years, we have got additional 17 companies. Okay, so when we are looking at so many companies approaching stock exchange for listing, certainly to protect companies and the retail investors, they have created additional layers of kind of a parameter to look at the eligibility. So these are a couple of changes. My presentation I will be sharing with you. Can go through it. We can have a one-to-one discussion if required, if you want any clarity further on. Now, sir, the question comes, okay, why somebody should think about IPO? Okay, or when you are already running an entity, there might be, if there are promoters, there might be promoter who are running entity from quite some time. They are cash rich. They don't take or borrow from any one of the banks and all, or there might be company who are doing everything well, a traditional entity. So the major question in last, let's say, close to 9 years of me being with NSE, we have seen the time when we started this activity, at least in Karnataka, there were not even a single company listed. So companies keep on asking, okay, why tomorrow when we are listed entity, somebody will come, we will be answerable to so many people. Somebody will come, I will have to disclose all my internal information. Somebody will come and control my organization. So there is lots of myth and there is lots of confusion between private funding or private equity so far, as we call, and capital market. So now the thing is, okay, simply if I put it across, this one of the major benefit of this platform is it's a efficient way of fundraising, which means tomorrow if you are accessing a capital market, this platform provides you an opportunity to unlock the potential. So tomorrow when merchant banker, merchant bankers are the one, they will be doing the valuation of your company. So when they are doing the valuation of your company, they are not looking on the way banks are looking at your company. So generally the banks, they are looking during the valuation, they are looking at your tangible property also. But in capital market, the entire valuation is done on the basis of business potential and currently how the financial is being structured. Financial being structured in the terms, okay, what is the company's financial performance, turnover, margins, promoter background, kind of a clients you are having, how you are looking forward to grow your business. So it's a basically a business valuation instead of probably a asset based valuation. So if your company is having a potential of getting a valuation of 40 CR, 50 CR, so accordingly you can unlock that by hitting the capital or approaching the capital market. Now second one is, tomorrow whether your company is listed at our SME or main board, for example. Okay, so this is an exchange website. So here, if I want to check for maybe a company which is recently listed, okay, Tata Capital. So Tata Capital, it's a main board listed company. If I click here, I can see the details pertaining to Tata Capital. So let's say if I'm approaching any one of the companies, large corporate companies in India or MNC entity or in foreign market, if they want to check some basic background about my company, they just need to type the name of the your company at exchange website. So this is a Tata, which is a main board. Now second one is, for example, last week this company Finbird, they got listed. Financial Buddha. See, it is mentioned that in SME. So although the platform differs, but the trading terminal remains same. So that provides a great visibility to the company. So tomorrow when you are going and talking to someone, the time when you are saying that my company is listed entity, so the entire perception about your entity is getting changed. That brings lots of credibility. They don't have to do a third-party verification to check whether company is literally there in code or not. Are they doing business or not? They just need to put the name of your company in Google or at exchange or SEBI website. They can see the details. That gives a better kind of a credibility or comfort to the potential buyer or supplier of yours. When we are saying higher visibility, again, this particular platform. So IPO is not an end. Let's say tomorrow through IPO you are raising 10 CR or 50 CR, X amount of money. It is just starting of the story. Okay, so you might be agree on a point today when you are saying, okay, ABC person is the richest person in Asia or globally. They are certainly not richest because of their holding in their, bank account. They are richest because of the value they have created. So this particular platform or capital market is the platform which will give you a opportunity to create a value for you, for your organization, and for your shareholders. For that, at NSE, we are, so to share with you, we are having more than lakhs of terminal across India, which is accessed by all category of investor, be it HNIs, ultra HNIs, QIB, FIIs, DIIs. So tomorrow when your company is listed, your company is getting a better visibility. These people, if there is a growth, these people are also looking forward to join your company or be a part of your entity. So that will start giving you an opportunity to create a better value for entire organization. Now, once your company is listed, after there is a minimum lock-in of 3 years. So let's assume my company today I have got listed, I have raised some 20 CR through IPO. Now, post listing, after 6 months, at any point of time, I want to do any kind of a acquisition. Okay, so at that point of time, again, I need some fund. So there is a lock-in of 6 months. After that 6 months, if you are having any requirement pertaining to your business, you are free to do a follow-on public offer. Which means, what is follow-on public offer? An entity which is already listed, they are again approaching public to raise further amount of money. It can be for any kind of a business requirement, maybe for putting new plant or for importing some machineries or for any kind of inorganic growth, anything. As long as you are raising money for the entity which is listed, there is no problem. Okay. And sir, once you are listed, because of although the corporate governance is slightly flexible in compare, filing requirement is slightly flexible in compared to the main board, but if you'll see probably a year or 2 years down the line, it brings a very healthy structure within your company. So tomorrow your company will be on auto mode. There will be better governance within the organization. That helps to run the entire organization more professionally. You want to, let's say, attract and retain talent. Okay, so today you must be knowing there are lots of entities, they keep on using their shares in form of e-shop. So let's say you want to, appoint somebody who's having very rich experience in your industry. And certainly these people are going to come with a good amount of expectation with regards to the remuneration. So today you will see there are companies, okay, if you are expecting a package of maybe 50 lakhs or somebody is expecting a package of 50 lakhs, 60 lakhs, they are giving a combination. Okay, you take X amount of money, maybe 40 lakhs as a, we will give you a CTC or package, and let's 10 lakhs will be in form of shares. And these shares, they cannot liquidate immediately. These are going to have a lock-in. So certainly it is giving you an option to attract as well as retain these people for a good amount of time. And they also feel as a part of company, because certainly tomorrow when company is growing, they are also going to make additional amount of money. Now, if you are going approaching, see sir, as per RBI guideline, banks are also having a limit. Okay, so if you are going and approaching bank again and again for debt, so for that bank will ask for some kind of a mortgage and all. And again, if let's assume you do have a mortgage, but again, if you keep on approaching your bank, that hits your debt equity ratio. So today, even there are lots of banks, they are also organizing the events. They are also upfrontly telling their clients that if they are willing, they can approach capital market for IPO, because post listing, your debt equity ratio will improve, which will give you an additional, or which will give an additional tool to your bank to retain you, to serve you. Okay, banks, they are having option to accept the shares of a listed entity in form of collaterals. Okay, so you can just share. So basically, your share will start working as a currency for you. If you are looking for any M&A, so for all those things, this platform or as a listed entity, it will help you. So, and this is a feedback. Very frankly, fundraising, it's a byproduct. There are lots of platforms where the promoters of a listed entity, they are coming and sharing their experience. I have not seen anybody who's saying, okay, the benefit I have got as a fund, I have which I have received through IPO. It's all about the credibility or value they have created. There are companies based out of Bangalore. You can do your homework. I may not take the name, where this company got listed at X valuation and their valuation become 4x. I'm not saying that all companies will do that, but yes, if your basics are right, if you are clear about your fund utilization and you are clear about your growth, certainly it will give you the platform will give you a better visibility. So these are couple of benefits what we have seen as a feedback from our listed promoters or listed entities. Now, what you can expect or what we are trying to do through this entire platform is, unlike main board. So how it happens, let's say Hyundai, they decided for their IPO. Then they got into some, they would have approached some consultant and all that. And when they were at DRHP stage, then they approached stock exchange. We checked, I mean, they filed the papers, we checked, and we would have given our, either yes or no, whether they can proceed or not. So, but at SME, we are getting engaged from initial or from the grassroots level. There are promoters today, they are listed, they are doing good. And I met them in way back, some 7 years back in some event. So starting from working with a promoter to see, okay, whether company is basically eligible for IPO or not, if there's a minor or major loophole I can see in the company with regards to the IPO, we are working with them. We are helping them to highlight those issues. If as a stock exchange, we are seeing that companies basically, in principle, they are good to go. Then, if they are willing, we will only connect them with intermediary. Okay, you talk to X guy, Y guy, they have done some assignment in your industry. Guy in the terms merchant banker, registered merchant banker. So we will help you to connect with couple of registered merchant bankers. You talk to them. These merchant bankers also, until unless you will not sign any document in this entire process, you don't have to pay even single bucks to anyone. So at this level, let's say you are exploring, okay, whether I can come for IPO or not. If I can, then what can be the tentative IPO size? What can be the tentative valuation? So for that, we will connect you with intermediary. We will work with you. Let's say you have decided to go ahead. So then during your DRHP process, pre-listing process of your company, post-listing, during migration. So we are trying to create a complete or provide a complete handholding for the companies who are looking forward to approach and get list at exchange SME platform. For that, already, if you'll see at exchange level, there are lots of state governments who are, who have came up front. They are also doing lots of activity. So, for example, if you'll see here, government of Karnataka, they are one of the state government where they are also conducting lots of awareness program in metro as well as two-tier cities, so that maximum number of companies they should firstly know. If you know, then only you can explore it. And IPO is a journey. It is possible that out of the X number of people who are there in today's meeting, there might be one company who are readily or who are structured enough to go for IPO today. Versus there can be a company who have just started their story. Okay, so probably for that they can keep this information in their mind and align their company in a way. Okay, at least 2 years or 3 years down the line, they can think about IPO. So these are a couple of activities which we keep on doing. So as this particular slide we have already discussed, these are a couple of major changes when we are talking about SME versus main board. So today, if you'll see, look at overall capital market, happy to share at SME platform, even we are seeing quite a good number of mutual fund houses, they started showing interest. So yeah, so this is more or a submission from my side. If you are, I will appreciate if you are having any question, any doubt, feel free to ask. I will try my best to answer it. And whomsoever is willing to connect or know more about their organization, we are here to guide them. Yes, yes, please.
Sir, one question. Can I ask?
Yeah, please, ma'am.
Yeah. Uh, so see, when we go for IPO, only money that we get through IPO is only people purchase our shares, right?
Right.
That's the only thing. So, I mean, what's the guarantee? I know although the company will do all the marketing, try to educate what the company is trying to do in order to raise funds. But do you have any cases where people have failed to raise funds?
As I've mentioned, if you see in regulatory framework, this slide, so 100% underwriting at SME platform, 100% underwriting, it's like it's a guideline from SEBI itself. So the merchant banker whom you are selecting, it is their responsibility. So let's say my IPO size is maybe 50 CR or 20 CR, out of which from market I'm only getting 15 CR. Let's say 20 CR is my IPO size. From market I've only got 15 CR. So rest amount of money will be brought in by your merchant banker. But there is no question of your IPO getting failed. And how the merchant banker will ensure it? When they are getting engaged, at that point of time only, firstly they will check with their potential maybe an anchor investor. Okay, and they will, during the IPO process also, they will do a complete roadshow, which means meeting a different category of investors, doing advertisement and all whatsoever is required. But yes, as a promoter, you need not to be worried. So when these people are putting certain valuation, they are knowing, okay, the company is worth of this value, and yes, shareholders will be there to pump or invest this particular amount of money in this particular company. But because of some reason, let's assume that company is unable to get that response, then the merchant banker has to bring in money. So IPO cannot be failed because it's a violation of SEBI norms.
Okay. So, if a company is a sole proprietor, so they have to convert to private limited and then raise for IPO, right? So,
Yeah.
can I have your email ID or contact details to discuss further about this?
My mobile number and my mail ID. You can
Sure,
write
sir.
it.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Most. Yeah. Anybody else? Thank you. So my suggestion is, if you are having, yeah, please. Yes. Any further question?
So in the website, is whether it is easy to find out what are all the companies from Karnataka that are listed in NSE? Is there an easy way to find that out?
Sir, that will be difficult. Okay, because if you will go to SME, our SME listed companies, okay, see, there is an option of market data. So here you can go on IPO, you can see SME listed companies, okay, but then on top of that, you will have to do your own research, okay, which companies are from which location. So that ready-made data is not available, but yes, if you want, yes, the list, the companies which are already listed, I can share their details with you.
Yes, sir. And one more question, sir. So like in main board, we can buy a single share, whereas when we in SME IPO from an investor perspective, how much we should buy it in a lot? Am I right, sir?
Yes, yes, sir. So basically, sir, thanks for bringing this point. I forgot to mention it. So what will happen, as sir rightly mentioned, tomorrow, if your company is listed, for example, Tata Capital, you want to buy one share of Tata Capital, you can do that. And even when if you want to apply for IPO also, okay. So during IPO, the lot size of main board companies approximate 15,000 rupees. Okay. But unlike that, at SME platform, when any company is coming and getting listed, the minimum lot size at SME from investment point of view is 2 lakh rupees. So my company is there, let's say, where the value of each share is 200 rupees, and you want to invest in my company's IPO. Minimum investment from your side, or you will have to at least buy 1,000 shares or invest in 1,000 shares. Okay. So that is during IPO. Now post listing, when company is there in secondary market, what is secondary market? Okay, IPO is closed, company is listed. Now we are there listed at exchange platform. That is known as secondary market, where normal buying and selling takes place. So in secondary market, unlike main board, at SME platform, this lot size remains same. So the minimum investment for you is gonna be anything more than 2 lakh. This again, due to the recent changes, if you'll ask me, approximate 3 months back, this lot size used to be 1 lakh. Okay, but seeing the kind of a participation from the investors, SEBI, they have increased the lot size. They decided to increase the lot size so that well-informed investors only should come and invest in SME companies, because it is relatively risky when they are new. And tomorrow, when you will decide to go and migrate from SME to the main board, then all this criteria will not be applicable for you. So tomorrow, when you are listed at main board, your company or CCD or maybe Tata Capital, everybody remains same for us. There will not be any lot size and all. But yes, till the time you are at SME, you will be under these criteria. I hope that answers your question.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Hi, sir. Are you aware of any other companies from the coffee industry that are listed on the SME index?
There are, sir. I hope from Mumbai there is 1 or 2 companies. I will readily I don't know the name, because so far from Karnataka there is no company which is listed, which was in coffee industry. But yes, main board we know. CCD is from Bangalore. But yes, at SME so far from Bangalore from Karnataka there is no company.
Okay.
I will check for SME listed company. I will check the data and share with probably madam. Madam can share with all of you.
Okay, sir. It would be helpful to study their model.
Sorry, sir, complete.
No, it would be useful to study their model and how they have put.
I will share, sir. You can just message me one-to-one. There's my WhatsApp number also. So
Okay.
I will share the details.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome, sir.
Any question, dear participant? Yes, sir. Please go ahead, Sakshi.
Yes, but I wanted to check. I wanted to check what would be the costs involved for getting into an IPO sphere in SME, and also is it we have to approach you directly, or is it through our CAs or CSS to convey and reach you?
Sorry, sir, your voice. Okay, so correct me if I'm wrong, if I'm getting your question right. Firstly, sir, with regards to the
I have posted the question on chat.
Okay, ma'am, let me read it out.
Yes, sir. Can I ask?
What is it?
Okay. To answer, sir, first point, wanted to generate cost involved in getting into the IPO, sir. Cost is something which will depend on merchant banker to merchant banker. Okay. So generally, if you will see, it is related to the amount of fund what you are raising. So the merchant banker you are choosing, they will so basis on that your cost will be decided. Okay, so
say if I'm it's about 10,
So what's the percentage, sir? Like the cost, if you can give a rough figure, like with the merchant banker.
sir, on an average, I have seen there are companies where the IPO size, I mean, the cost was approximate 8 to 9% of total IPO size, and there are companies where the cost was approximate 11 to 12%. So
Okay.
overall, it depends on how much money you are raising, and I mean, overall, if I tell you, it's more like you can say 2 to 3% more than what your bank is charging.
3% more than?
Generally, ma'am, what bank is charging, so 2 to 3% more than that. But again, when you are looking at exchange cost is very minimum. It is hardly 2 to 3 lakhs. But yes, merchant bankers, so whatsoever money you are raising, on an average, I am sharing this is not a cost from exchange. I'm just, as you have asked, I'm just sharing what I have heard. Approximate 10%, 9 to 10% will be the cost of entire expenses. That is one. Second one, as you have mentioned, directly, yes, you can directly approach stock exchange. You don't need to come through any CA or CS. We are there to guide you. Even if you do have CA, CS, I mean, or whom, I mean, rather than saying CS, you don't need any intermediary or consultant while approaching us.
Right.
You can directly come down, meet with us. If you are based out of Bangalore or maybe Karnataka, we are having our office at Ganingam Road. If not, anybody is there who's other part of maybe country, maybe not in Karnataka, you can simply call stock exchange number, ask them to connect you with SMA team. And that is where you can ask them, okay, I am having query, I want to meet with someone. They will tell you, okay, who will be the right person.
Okay.
You don't need anyone to come in between.
God. Thank you. Thank you. God.
Any further questions?
Sir, to buy an SME IPO share, we can use a normal like Zerodha or some other platform.
Yeah, the platform remains same. As I have mentioned, whatsoever platform you are using, just go ahead and put the name of the company. Okay, if you know the name of the company, just go ahead and put their name. You can see what is the lot size and you can go ahead, you can invest.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
There's no separate platform. Platform remains same as I mentioned. The intermediary or broker remains same.
Sir, how much amount that we want to raise is something up to us in terms of, calculation of cost and all, or is there a criteria from stock exchange as well?
How much amount promoters want to raise, that is on them. Okay, so it's about your requirement. If you are having a requirement of 20 CR, then certainly you need to, what we expect, whatsoever amount you are willing to raise, you will have to give a proper reasoning, justification. Okay, I am raising, let's say 20 CR, or I am raising maybe 100 CR, and this amount I am gonna use in A, B, C, D, E, F, all these parameters. For example, I'm raising 20 CR. Out of that, 5 CR I'm gonna use for the construction of my plant. Okay, 2 CR I want to raise for buying some machinery, maybe which is required for my coffee related coffee processing unit. Maybe 1 CR I need or 50 lakhs I need for my marketing, or 1 CR I need for maybe some R&D or something. So you will have to give us a justification about on the fundraising utilization. What we call it is the utilization of fund. Okay. Now,
Right.
how much you can raise, that depends on the valuation of your company. If your company's valuation from your merchant banker, if your valuation is 40 CR, and you are deciding to dilute minimum, which is, let's say, 25%, or basically there's a market making concept. So if you're including market making, the total dilution is 26.25%. So if you are diluting 26.25, so 40 is 26.25 or 40 CR, that will be your IPO size. If your valuation itself is, let's say, 40 CR, you cannot expect raising 50 CR. So it has to be aligned.
Okay, like valuation is 40, then I can raise till, suppose.
And you can raise anything more than 10 CR, because if your valuation is 40, minimum dilution required is 25%. So 25% of 40 CR is 10 CR. So you can raise
Okay.
anything more than 10 CR, subject of
Okay.
dilution.
Right, 25% of the valuation.
Yes,
Right, right.
25%
Okay,
is minimum.
so if
That is
sorry.
minimum.
Yeah, so if we work with you, you only enable the working with the merchant bankers, or again we have to go separately and work with them?
Will guide you, man. So basically, you don't even need, I mean, we are there to assist. Otherwise, you don't even need stock exchange with regards to finding out a merchant banker. You can just put a name in Google, the list of SEBI registered merchant banker. You will see there are more than 50 merchant bankers. But if you want us, we are always there. We will connect you with the merchant banker. We are probably one merchant banker, two merchant banker, whatsoever feels right to you. Whomsoever is suitable to you, you can go ahead with them.
Okay, okay. Thank you, sir.
Welcome. More questions?
Any more questions, dear participants?
Yeah, good, but
Akshay, sir, you're not clearly audible.
I said thank you.
Okay, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Most welcome. Thanks for.
Thank you, Himanshu, sir. On behalf of Atal Incubation Center, I would like to formally thank you for taking this session. And also a special thanks to all the participants for your active engagement and insightful questions. Thank you all. Have a good day. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone. Feel free to reach out to us if you are having any queries. And my humble suggestion is, there is no cost of, again, I'm repeating, no cost of testing the water. Nobody will charge you even a single buck. Till that time, you are not giving a go ahead to a merchant banker for your further process. Okay. So do explore it. Feel free to reach out, read about it. It will help you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks, ma'am, for arranging this meeting.
Thank you, sir. Thank you all.